start tonight?
I would go with Rashawn Holmes and Irsan Ilyasova and Gerald Henderson and Nick Stauskas and Sergio Rodriguez.
Gerald's available, but how's his body holding up?
He surprises me a lot because he goes overboard and we go overboard with his health. You know, sometimes you can see running that, you know, he's doing everything he can to make sure that he gets up and down the floor with an NBA speed and an NBA athleticism, and he is a gifted athlete, and so any type of sort of niggle to me stands out with him, and so back-to-backs, you know, we saw the other night he played 8 minutes, 9 minutes in the fourth period and got through that. Tonight we'll see it. You'll judge it quickly. But we really need him, given the lack of availability of a large part of our team.
You called Rashawn a Band-Aid last night in Philly, making his second start. What do you ask of him tonight in this matchup undermanned?
I mean, it's to do what he does well longer. He runs well. He is an elite roller after he sets a pick. And I think that when you think about what does he do offensively, those two things come first to my mind. He is a deer in open court, and he's an elite roller. Defensively, he is very underrated, I think, as a shot blocker. You know, you don't look at him at 7 foot, and like we would sort of other shot blockers. I think that his bounce, his ability to jump twice, makes him, in his own way, a presence at the rim and very active. And so those things I feel like we're going to need him to do, like I say, well and longer.
Do you change anything, Brett? You have 9 guys. You went last night. They went last night. All the factors that come into play. Do you, I don't know, maybe for this one game, slow it down, do something different, or just roll with it?
I think you do something different, and it's, for me, like the whole other way. It's speed it up. And it's stretch it out and let people shoot threes. We got 9 guys. You can see as far as how we would tag our bigs, you really go with Irsan, Dario, and Rashawn. And that's kind of it. Mm-hmm. And 2 out of those 3 are excellent NBA three-point shooters. And so you're going to have to go with, you know, Hollis will come in and play some 4. The fact that Zach is back in this doesn't favor us, but, you know, to your point of do you do some things differently, I think you do. You have to if you're going to steal a win. And, you know, those few things come to my mind as it relates to taking what you have and giving it the best chance to steal a win.
When you look at you guys and you look at them too, these 2 teams that probably have a lot of experience just fighting through without a full complement of a roster. Can you just kind of speak to the resiliency it takes to go through situations like this and where that comes from, at least for this team?
Well, I think as I step back and look at the Memphis situation, because, you know, we had Orlando recently. They stole a win at home, a great win. You know, they have the double overtime game with New Orleans. I look at their situation and I look at their program over the years. They've built it on a toughness. They've built it on half court and they've built it on defense. And they've been masterful, like working high-lows and, you know, integrating Zach and Marc Gasol to have a wonderful, like, big relationship. And then you throw in, you know, Mike Conley and the toughness of Tony Allen and so on. Like, I've come down here for years, and their style hasn't changed. And so I give them credit when they lose people, when they have people out, their system still prevails. And so for us, you know, we're just so new and we're so young. I don't think you have that luxury to fall back on years of a system and years of a philosophy like they do. So we're going to have to do what I just spoke to Bob about and do some things differently where you loosen it up, you spread it out, you speed it up. Those things come to my mind in regards to how do you come down here with 9 guys and walk out of a gym with a win. I was hoping I could get 12 minutes and 6 fouls. You know, he comes on the bus in the plane. It's not that easy. You know, you got to earn your keep. I just really enjoy having him around. I'm very fond of him. I got a lot of respect for his history, and albeit brief, the times that I have spent with him, given our situation of trying to hold a locker room together and educate young guys, it's very sort of expedited and real in relation to things that matter and ways that I can ask for him to help and ways that he truly can contribute. I mean, that is a class man with a resume that we all should step back and be impressed by. And so having him around in any circumstance is fantastic. And in this particular one with 9 guys, I mean, who knows what else he can help to try to get us motivated to go try to find a way to win a game.
Joel, just because he was a big man who played in the NBA too.
He can, Mark. He can. And the brief history that our players, Joel, for example, has had with Elton, gives Elton an immediate passport into Joel's respect. Even with sort of NBA sort of fraternity, sometimes you just, if a veteran's got something to say, you certainly listen. But the fact that Elton has been with us, that Joel feels comfortable with, and has a heck of a story to tell himself, makes that message, I think, a lot more genuine. It allows it to perhaps grow to other areas and let it be a continued, ongoing conversation. But I think that Joel is fortunate to have somebody like Elton, and it's one of the reasons that we've hired him and want him a part of our program, to have that as easily accessed as Joel can by walking down a bus 7 seats or walking over 10 seats in a plane and being able to call upon it when he wants it.
Frustrating for Joel. This is the type of game, I know during the preseason he was looking forward to testing himself against a Gasol, against a Randolph. To not get that opportunity, is that frustrating for him?
Incredibly. And we've all learned if he is anything, he's highly competitive. And, you can see just sort of like the big respect, camaraderie that Mark will have with Joel and Joe will have with Mark. You saw it even in heat of battle. It's one of respect. And Joel especially, recognizes what Mark has done. I am a fan of Mark Gasol as well. I've seen him in, multiple Olympic Games and, over the course of his NBA life, and he really is a big man to be learned from and study, and Joel recognizes that as well. So,
Are you surprised with Mark that 12 three-pointers until this season, and now he's got like 36 already?
I'm not, because you could see that it wasn't broken when he did shoot it earlier. I feel like that's the emergence of what we're actually seeing with, Joel Embiid, DeMarcus Cousins, Mark Gasol, all over the place. You're seeing big men be able to step out, and coaches use them and encourage it way more and more. It's an analytics-driven league, and that's a part of it. And now they get the skill package to do it, so it doesn't surprise me.